Okay, Suggs, how's it feel to be in Leeds?
Brilliant, sensational. We just come from Reading yesterday, which was the sister festival. On both occasions, we've arrived and brought the sun with us. So everyone's happy that we're here, and I'm very happy that they're happy that we're here.
And of course, you've been in Leeds quite recently. You were at the O2 Academy. How do you find the crowd here?
Leeds is always great. Yeah. You know, London's our hometown, and of course, I've got a soft spot for that. But Leeds and going north tend to get wilder, I must say, than the Southerners. Yeah.
Yeah. So you enjoy coming up here?
Very much. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Okay. And of course, you've got something coming up called the Madness Weekender.
Yeah, we like festivals so much that we decided to have our own one. Yeah. And we're going to have it at Butlins in Minehead. We're taking over Butlins for the whole weekend. And put in a load of bands that we like, and we're going to show films, and we're going to play a couple of times over the weekend. And it's going to be a very exciting prospect.
Is that going to be just singles, or because it's for the fans, are you going to do some album tracks and things?
Yeah, I mean, what we're hoping is actually we're going to play on the Friday night. Maybe we're going to play our whole new album in its entirety. We haven't finished writing it yet, so we've got a couple of months. And then on the Sunday, do a sort of big, what you might expect of a Madness concert. But yeah, it's great. I mean, we've got lots of great DJs, and you know, I remember we used to go to soul weekenders at Canberra Sands and places like that. So I like the whole idea of having a weekender in a holiday camp.
And are you guys going to stay there for the whole weekend? I mean, when you're not performing, are you going to be, you know, on the rides and things?
Yeah. Well, part of the contract is that we have to put red coats on and be on a 24-hour alert. I'm looking forward to getting hold of the tannoy system. You know, you have all them announcements, doing sort of surreal announcements at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And tell us a little bit about the new album. What sort of thing can people expect?
Well, you know, we've always tried to write great songs. I know that sounds obvious, but it's easier said than done. The last album we released, The Liberty of Norton Folgate, took about 5 years to complete. And we've been working on this one for about 18 months now. But you know what it is like, you know, we've been around for 30 odd years, and you know, if you're going to put songs in our set, or we're going to put songs in our set between classics such as Our House and It Must Be Love, then they've got to be pretty amazing, you know, songs that all stand the test of time. But we're not sure. I mean, the last album had a kind of theme which was our lives in London. All that's what most of our songs are about anyway. But we're kind of thinking about, I mean, I don't know, you know, in the current climate, you know, a sort of an element of tolerance and compassion, I think, and you know, standing up for the average person is the sort of the areas we're looking into at the moment.
Have you got a working title for the album?
Not really, no. Last night we were laughing about bring on the pleasant thoughts. Right. Then we thought actually it might be a good band title, actually, The Pleasant Thoughts. Bring on the pleasant thoughts.
Okay, well, I've just got. I must ask you about your memoirs as well.
Yeah.
You've signed a deal to release your memoirs. What can people expect from them?
Well, I did a one-man show, which I'm hoping to do again, a sort of anecdotal thing, you know, a romp through the chaos that has been my life with words and music. And that got me the idea of writing a book, yeah, and I'm about sort of a third of the way through it. At the moment, I'm just writing about my childhood and going to school and stuff, but I think what people can expect is a candid look at what have been the 50 years of my life. You know, it's not going to be a sort of celebrity hagiography. It's not going to be a load of show business backslapping tales. It's going to be about the gritty reality of what it was to be Suggs.
Okay, well, on that topic, are you ready to take the Suggs challenge? I've got some lyrics here. They're all songs you've either written or co-written. Just to check you know your words before you go on stage. This
brilliant, I tell you, it's fantastic. I love the quality of your printer.
Yeah, thanks.
What computer are you using?
That was my right hand this morning.
I'm talking about your writing.
Right, okay, number one. There's tapas, fracas, alcohol, tobaccos.
That, of course, is from the solo classic Camden Town.
Yeah,
Portuguese maracas.
Yeah, correct. Well, bongs, bongo, bingo,
Thank you. Bongs, bongo, bingo, Portuguese maracas. Thank you.
Number two. The station master's writing with a piece of orange chalk.
You see, I do have a good memory for words, or else I wouldn't be the singer of the band. But that, of course, is Ghost Town, the last single that Madness released in our previous incarnation.
1986. This is probably the toughest one.
Yeah, go on.
When the night
has come.
And
Go on.
When mutants are waiting on every corner.
That, of course, is the classic, the one and only release from the legendary. Shut up, Chris. We're trying to.
When mutants are waiting on every corner.
Yeah, it is, of course, the one and only release of the Fink Brothers. I'm sorry my band are all shouting and hollering Lieber and Stoller songs in the background. For the younger of your audience, Lieber and Stoller were songwriters. And Jerry Lee died last week. They were the band that wrote Hound Dog for Elvis Presley, and the men that wrote. So we're thinking of doing some sort of tribute, but unfortunately we don't know any of their songs, which is going to make it a bit difficult.
Yeah. Is that something we could maybe see on the new album?
I don't know. We used to do a version of Poison Ivy, which is a Libra-style song. Poison Ivy. I don't know.
Okay. 2 more left.
Yes.
Please observe my continental alligator skin-lined shoulder bag.
God, blimey, you really have been going through the old B-sides. That, of course, is... Thank you, Tomo. Airplane. In fact, Tomo didn't like that song when I wrote it. Our saxophone player, he was just out of shot there.
Yeah.
And about 6 years later, he went, yeah, quite like that. I could put a solo on that. Unfortunately, yeah. Don't remember that, no? So it sounds a bit too much like the Specials.
My memory
Didn't like
does not go, yeah.
No.
Well, left, I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do.
Well, I remember when we first started doing this song, saying, nothing more, nothing less, love is the best. Who's going to go for that? It is, of course. It must be love. And it must be.
It must be. Suggs, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Cheers,
much.
mate.
Well, you may or may not know, but Madness are playing Butlins, Minehead, in November. And I've suggested maybe Crunch plays one of the nights. I mean, we haven't done a gig since Barfly Brighton since 2009 or 8. So I thought, well, let's fire it back up. You know, like Halley's Comet comes around every so many years. But all the boys are ready and standing by their bunks. But it's a bit difficult doing 2 bands at once. I mean, only I can be in 3. The Lee Thompson Scar Orchestra, Crunch and Madness. Madness finances the other stuff we do, of course. And I think Crunch have got some recordings to do, and it's hibernating. You know, but there's plenty of material that's just collecting dust. Shame, really, because there's some good stuff that Chris and even myself possibly have written. And you've done your own work. You've even know like Father Like Son.
Well, yeah, I've been there. Anyway, listen, Liberty of Norton Folgate came out. Best reviewed album best reviewed album that you've ever had. But there were no songs sung by you on it. Who could forget Razorblade Alley? Songs like that.
Now you're talking my language. I was scratching me. I wasn't invited. I would have sung a couple, but on this next album, if we can ever get it together, is a track called Jesus, what's it called? Doolally, possibly, or Man of Steel, for the American version. Is going to be. Hopefully, I'm going to vocal it, but it's got to be right. I mean, Suggs is the vocalist in this band, and.
But he can let you do 1 or 2K. Yeah. How does it get decided? Do you go in there and just lay down some vocals, and if they like it, then they'll stick with it? Or you know, does everybody get a crack at it? You, Carl, or is it
anyone who wants to have a crack at it can have a crack at it. I mean, for that particular track, I'm into it. It's War Fatigue based thing, and if Suggs thinks it has got a better mood to it, then you know. Take it over, but I would like to sing on that.
You going to do any new tracks today?
Oh, yeah. If they'll allow me back on stage. I've just done a streak for that C6 Steve, and I've got manhandled off the stage virtually. You know, okay. My arms ain't where they used to be. Yes, and possibly, and fucking top man.
I know you're a big fan of motorbikes. You still riding a motorbike?
You heard about that?
No, I haven't.
I've just got 2. Ribs repaired. I broke them a couple of years ago at Glastonbury, fell on a big bottle for getting involved in a pyramid, and I went on a track day up over in Snetterton on an R6, and I'm not a pro. That fella from Keith from Prodigy was there. He was in a higher class, higher level. I was just a novice, but I come off at about 70, and whilst I was rolling, I was like, oh, did I pay the electricity bill? Oh, have I taken the grandkids out? So the wife has now got 2 broken ribs later. The wife now has the logbook and the key, so my motorbike days are over. I think it's back to the tricycle.
Well, I think
these are now repaired. Yeah, I mean my biking day. Yeah, I'm too old for it.
Okay. All right, Lee Thompson. It's been a pleasure and an honour.
Honour and a pressure.